Ho ho ho, and welcome along to the Christmas Endurance. That was the cheesiest intro I think I've ever done in my life. Welcome along, everyone, to the Christmas Endurance here at Marina, as close as we could possibly get to the birthplace of the baby Jesus, in the immortal words of Jeremy Clarkson. Here for 2 hours of endurance racing fun. I'm just going to double check the settings just before we get into it and make sure everything is above board. So it is a 2-hour race, as you can see there. Equal conditions. It is just going to start off at sunset and go through into the night. Rolling start. And we are going to be doing here, and I have set the qualifier for too long, that's what I was worried about, so I'm going to change that. And stop everyone from practicing. Right. As we get audio muted has joined the room, that is fantastic. So, got a mixture of cars here tonight. So it's not just one class. We have got a mixture, as I better enter in. So, I'm in the Porsche 911. Of course you are. Of course. Will for a podium, putting a tenner on it at the bookies. What are the odds? What odds are we getting on Will getting a podium? So I'm in the 911. We've got a few 969 Ferraris, obviously a new car to the game. So quite a few people with that. We've got a Beetle out on track. We've got a Corvette stuck on the grid. Shout out to Mark there in the Corvette. And then we've got Wacky there, aka Will, in the Lexus, and we're going to see what audio is going to select for himself, and then we will look at getting this one underway for qualifying. So it's 15-minute qualifier followed by a... Oh, Rich has left the room. We will wait for Rich to get back in, make sure I've got the soft tyres selected. So I've done that mistake a lot recently, so we'll wait for Rich to get back in the room. Ooh, actually, you'd get £110 back because you get your stake back as well. So I don't know what happened to Rich there. And we're waiting on one other driver to just come in as well. Don't worry, Rich, we will not start without you. Unless you've, like magically had like internet failure or something like that, then maybe. So, whilst we're just waiting for the last couple of people to join in the room, quick run through of what we've got coming up in 2026. So, we've got the 296 Scuderia series, which is going to be just the 296, and they are going to be 15-minute races. And then after that, this is going to be on Monday nights, we have the GR2s that we're going to be racing. So we've got 2 series to bring everyone on Monday nights. So if you want to get involved as a driver, by all means head on over to our Discord and sign on up. If not, come along and watch them, because I will be doing commentary live. That's right, I won't be racing. I will be doing the commentary live. As we do have someone joining the room. Is it? Oh, here we go. Right, there's the 2 drivers that we need. So, let's get them ready for quali. So 15-minute qualifier. As we get everyone in the room. We've got 12 drivers. And then who have we got in the chat? Let's have a look at the chat. Watsy, hi mate, how you doing? What tyre rule for the race? So you can use whatever you want, whenever you want. There's no rules. You can do what you want. Is the long and short of that one. but it is just ×1 on the tyre weight and ×1 on the fuel weight. So panicked, yeah, I can see that. Rich just put in the chat here, panicked. Yeah, I know, mate. I wouldn't have started without you, so don't worry. Right, everyone seems to be readying up as we get Sam down to 2014 there in the chat, saying hiya. Hiya to you too. Let's get this one underway. Let's do the qualifier, because that is only the first little obstacle of the night. I'll put my little Santa up on screen for you. Seems it is Christmas and all. Right, we've got 15 minutes to set lap times here. Qualifying will be in the daytime. So we get Wacky on the wall. Wacky's going for the mediums. Fantastic to see 12 people tuned in on the stream at the moment. That is fantastic. Thank you to everyone that is tuned in on the stream. If you can hit the like button, that will be a fantastic help. Now I must say, this track, I think they've done an incredible job in this track. It is stunning. So fair play to them. I think they've done an absolutely phenomenal job. Let's have a look at the livery. Gone for the classic. It's changed a little bit. A few little updates. Can't believe some people drive in this view. Yeah, I'm talking to you, Sprinkler. How do you race like this? Audio muted off and into the barrier. I would much rather drive in this view and race in this view. Right, let's get the view back to how we want it. On it can. Get the tyres prepped and ready. Some quick times in qualifying. Right, everything is set up how it should be. See what lap time we can get going. I'd want it to be a bit different and go for the Porsche. It's not something I've driven in a while. I kind of fell out of love with it. And now I've seemed to have gone back to it. On there. Wait, hold on. When was the track put in the game? I'm so out of touch. It was done in the big update, which was the beginning of December. This one and Circuit de Gilles Villeneuve. They added the 296 Ferrari, which a couple of the drivers are using tonight. Really nice car. Done an incredible job with that. They have added a few more cars as well. But yeah, the two tracks that they've added is really great to have two different tracks now on the game. Two big main circuits as well. Mario first one set time, 1 minute 57. Gear Kayla are 1 minute 57 as well. 1 minute 55.8 now is the pole. Love the fact it puts all the times now at the side. As we go pole. Mike setting a decent time as well behind me. This one's good on lap. I'll give you a toe wheel down the straight. Yeah, in the slipstream. You've got a penalty, but here comes his Lexus. He's gaining. So few in the 1 minute 55s at the moment, and then some 1 minute 56s, 1 minute 57s on the board. 1 minute 56 and 1 minute 57 is like really strong race pace as well around here. I reckon pole will be a 54. Mario does a 56.1. Change the tyres. Don't refuel. Love this cutscene. Where you coming out of the pits. Oh, is that another 911 in front? This is a tight field. It's a Porsche battle here. As you can see, the sun is slowly setting. Just over halfway through quali. He's back off now, create a bit of space. Stu Boy, 56.3 there. Alright, let's get ready. Give ourselves a nice ample gap. Only a little bit down. complete that arc. 56.4 there. My optional is the lap I done. Wow, that's terrible. Rear end kicking out there. We'll go for it on the next lap. Should get 2 in, 2 more in. Yeah, 4 turns down now. To be fair, being on pole is not the best place to be because you've got the long straight. You're going to be the one cut in the air. Also, everyone in the chat, let me know who is here and watching. I can see there is currently 12 people watching, so let me know who is here. I know some of you that are here, because you've already said. Turns up in the first sector, that's what we like to see. Really want 54. I definitely think 54 is going to be pole. Turkington. More like Colin the Caterpillar. Half a second up. Limits, but 54. Calling captain is delicious, to be fair. They are, to be fair. Percy Pigs or Colin the Caterpillars? Come on, chat. Make your mind up. I was going to say that's going to be a track limits at the top of the hill then. Now, I've got enough time to get round and get one more. One more lap in. Ooh, Turismo, got a bit quicker. Michele did a 55 then as well. A lot of guys in the 55s now. Right, last lap. Right, let's go. Oh, I've gone wide. I'm going to get a lovely slipstream. Don't think that's going to gain me. I'm well down on time. We'll see what we get for the second section, and then we might just drive round to the line to finish up. Unless by some miracle we've absolutely nailed the middle sector. And I think this is going to be a cooldown lap. Nice to see Rich up there, second at the moment. Turismo, new driver. And Wood there. Mike in 5th, Gear Kayla 6th at the moment. Mario in 7th. People in 8th. Mario 55.9. Mario stays in 7th. That is the qualifier over and done with. Hi there, Darren, how are you? Up the V, man. Alright, let's have a look then at the results and see what everyone got. That was a cracking qualifying session. That was. I'm happy with that. Toilet break. Yes. 5 minutes. 5 minutes, everyone. Right, so let's have a look through the results here. So I managed to snag pole by some absolute miracle. Don't know how I've managed to do that, but look, the 911 hit the top 2. Then it seems to be all the Ferraris. So Tribu, Wood, Mike, Gear Kayla, Mario. And then we've got Stubble there in the Beetle, and then we've got Eyeball Paul there in the McLaren, Stuck on the Grid in the Corvette, Wacky in the Lexus, and then we've got Audio Muted in the Huracan. So, not a bad little qualifying session. Let's set the tyres for the start. Now, foot hurting. Well, go and strap it up some more. That's even beyond sandbagging. It's not. That's not beyond sandbagging. It is, yeah. It is a long race. Anything can happen. It doesn't matter at all about qualifying, really. It's going to put, what, like 3 or 4 meters between cars? So it's a 2-hour race. It really is anyone's game here. What time? Right, let's make sure everyone's back in a minute and we will get this one underway. Evening there. Evening. Hello to everyone that is here, everyone watching, doing a fantastic job. Getting the numbers up on the stream, which is incredible to see. As we're here for the festive endurance race. May the long live the festivities. This sandbag is the size of the Sahara. I'm not sandbagging much quicker than the time I posted to you guys the other day, saying I managed to do. It's like, what, 3 attempts quicker? I should have never jokingly said I was sandbagging, because now it actually looks like I was completely and utterly sandbagging. I wasn't sandbagging, generally. Right. Are we all ready? Right, we'll start the race at 8:30. Oh, I can't find the thing I'm looking for. Right. Let's have a drink, bit of a stretch. You know, we have got a couple of pit stops. I say a couple, I generally don't know what I'm going to do. I haven't got a clue on my strategy. I think I know how long the tyres will last from doing a little bit of practice. I generally haven't got a clue. But I'm not going to say until we get into the race. Because I don't want people copying me. Also, I'd like to clarify, yes, my safety rating is an A at the moment, but that's because I got absolutely punted off in daily race B last night, and it hit me into loads of people and completely and utterly destroyed my safety rating. So I've spent a little bit of time trying to get it up. Right. 2 minutes till we start. 2 minutes till we start, everyone. Let's get ready to rumble. You see all the cars lined up in the grid. In the pits there. T-minus 1 minute to race start. Rolling start, which should hopefully try and negate some carnage. But it's not Monza, so turn 1 should be not too bad. We've got all the yachts there in the marina, ready for the race. Capacity crowd here tonight at Yas Marina. Everyone, you can't see anyone walking around because they're all in the grandstands ready to watch. Right, as I'm going to get typing ready to click. It's good. Luck. Get ready to press enter. As soon as that hits half past. What you saying? Might have to go to for a week. I done that in the I done a 200 lap race around here, and I done that. You lose quite a lot of time. Let's go. Two hours around the Yas Marina. ridge. Beautiful. Right. Let's get going. Need to try and break that 1 second to the ridge line as quickly as I possibly can. There we go. He's out of slipstream. That's what we needed to do. Straight off the bat, we needed to go fast and we needed to go hard. Before we got onto this straight. Feels weird with the brake balance in the rear, but I do need to do that. Try and protect these front tyres for as long as possible. Feels alright, brake balance to the rear. We've just got to do it to try and protect those front tyres as much as we can. Bit sideways there over the curb. Got to a little bit of time, I think. Got to try and avoid penalties here at the top corner. That's going to be key tonight. Try and avoid the penalties there. There's a half-second penalty there for normally going wide, so we want to try and avoid that as much as we possibly can. Porsche seems to be absolutely flying at the moment, but Ridge is coming back a little bit. Ridge is flying now. Keep him below us, keep him above a second is key. Right. Sun's going down. 55.541 first. Someone's already knocked over the 100-meter board. That 100-meter ball gets knocked down like every race we've ever done around here. still there. You can still see him. Bridge has got some serious pace through the chicane, man. Approaching 10 minutes in. Slowly, we're on 5. Like that first corner just feels awkward to me. Whoa, what's happening there? The time to second has miraculously increased as Rich has dropped back to 4th. He's in amongst all that gaggle that's coming around there. Look at the... Whoa, we've got a gap now. Right. Settle in. So fronts are wearing it about the same rate as the rears, which is perfect. That's why I adjusted the brake ballast at the start. Just to make sure, try and make it so that we get an even tyre wear across the car, which is perfect. That's exactly what we wanted. So the fuel is definitely going to not be an issue. It's going to be more tyre wear dependent. Tyre wear is going to be the limiting factor. So what we need to do is just look after the tyres and see how far we can get them into the race. So we'll have a little run when we go on the straight here. We'll have a little rundown of the current order. So we're currently in the lead at the moment. We've got Hawkwood there in second. We've got we've got Mike in third. Then we've got Trebu in fourth. Kayla fifth. Rich is down in sixth. Stewboy seventh. And Audio Muted in eighth. Audio Muted's having a great race. Start at 12th, got himself up to 8th. I wonder if anyone's gone on to the medium. That's going to be interesting, whether anyone's on the hards or the medium. If someone's on the hards, they can realistically one-stop it. If you're on the mediums, you might be able to do an hour. Might be able to do an hour on the mediums. I think, whoa, we're going a bit wide there. I think the fuel would last. realistically, we've got 42 laps of fuel left, 90%. So if you're using up 10% every hour, 10% every 10 minutes, so if you use up 60% in an hour, so Rich is coming into the pits. I think he might have picked up damage. So, let me know what you think in the comments. I was planning on doing 40 minutes on the soft, another 40 minutes, and then 40 minutes again. Now we know the fuel will last an hour and 40 minutes now, full tank full. So in theory, we do not have to refuel at the next stop. Or we could try and push on for an hour if the tyres are holding up. Rich came into the pits and came out in 8th. We're now starting to settle in for the long haul. Sun goes down here in Abu Dhabi. Also, in the comments, let me know if you watched the karting video that I put up on the channel on Thursday, and let me know what you think. Also, your feedback, everyone, will be much appreciated. And if you haven't watched already, when the stream finishes tonight, go along and check it out. Crowd up there. Hello, crowd. Pay attention whilst driving. We're the fastest lap of the race. Faster than what we did in quali. Look along here. Right, 15 minutes in. Almost in 30 seconds time, or 15 minutes in. front right is the tyre that is wearing the most. Smooth as butter. I don't know, this lap's a bit scruffy. Fastest lap was nice. Oh, you say that, I tapped the barrier there. Just need to get in a rhythm. Should we do a lap in the car? Well, that's very wide. Oh dear. I'm not good at this. Fair play to people that drive in this view, but... I don't mind, I love driving. If I feel like I could drive in this view, I would. But I'm just ultimately not as quick in this view. It does look epic. Not a bad lap time, 55.9. Right, I'll go back to my comfort zone. We approach 20-minute mark. Rich has got himself back up 6th after his pit stop. So we have got a little bit of time until the first pit stop. We only have one person so far pit, and that was Rich, and we believe that was to get rid of damage. We don't believe he's doing some alternate strategy. We get a message on the side of the track saying the throttle is having throttle issues. Well, if you are having throttle issues, if you are watching the stream room, go into the pits, try and repair it, like what you would in real life. And 90% is not bad. It's better than Sprinkler's karting experience at Shellington earlier in the year, where he had throttle, but he only had 100% of throttle 100% of the time. Or my experience on clay earlier on in the year, where I had 0% brakes for 100% of the time. And still managed to, I don't know how I managed to finish. Particularly, I don't know how Josh managed to do a race just with his throttle wide open. We've got a few little distinct groups appearing now. Halfway through the stint. Some action up in front. I don't know who this is. We are coming around to the lap zone, I think. I know they have, that may have been either Paul retiring. Right, come on, let's get this chat going a little bit. What is everyone hoping for Christmas? It seems this is the Christmas endurance. Oh. Anyone hoping for anything in particular? Ask Santa for anything nice? Anything racing related? Anything sim related? What are people after from Santa this year? It's not a problem, these things happen. It's a bit like, you know, it's real life, isn't it? Comfortably in the 55s, which we will take for some race pace. Front right is starting to get a little bit worse for wear. With us keeping us through, that gap is staying around 9 seconds. we've gone really wide there. Horrible line into that corner. We back off a little bit. Hopefully the game will give us a penalty there. Lost a little bit of time there. Seems to be bounds going along all over the track. We've lost 2. Okay. Don't know whether that just caused a connection spike when one person left the room. This is why we ask people not to leave the room. Because it can cause little issues. We saw that in the series earlier on in the year. Somebody left the lobby and then it meant it kicked Mike when Mike did a pit stop, and it wouldn't let Mario change tyre at all. Get into these corners. We need to open up the gap a little bit. Yeah, I don't know what happened there with the disconnect. That is so unfortunate. I don't know whether it was just a spike where Albano left the room. It can. We have seen it before, as I was just saying a second ago. The game can cause these little things. When people join lobbies and leave lobbies, it can really create issues. Mate, enjoyed having you on track as well. And as I said, I'm definitely going to be looking at doing this as a series. Probably aiming to maybe do it 1 race a month. Definitely something we're going to look at doing, so by all means, if you are interested, we'll probably have some info coming out on that soon. We're going to have a think about how we're going to do it. That is true, what Josh said. But we've still got Birkwood absolutely getting closer and closer and closer. Now we're down in the 56s now. These tyres have got to do another 11 minutes. Right, come on. I think the tyres will be fine. I think they make it to where we need to get them to. We are being hunted. Now it's below 8 seconds. Mike's currently in P3, Kayla in P4. Rich is in P5, Mario up to P6, Stewboy in 7th, Audio Muted in 8th. Start moving now. This is almost down to 7 seconds now. Laps need to be in the 55s. No ifs or buts, let's go. Increase that. Let's go for it, Porsche. A couple of hot laps. Stabilize the gap as much as we can. Ooh, almost to 59. Seven minutes to the pit stop. Gap back up to 8 seconds as fast as I can possibly get it. I know, I literally feel like I've got the do behind me. Transfer, is that you? Feels like it. His pace is ridiculous. Ah, come on, car. Yeah, you should have picked that livery. Then I'll be even more scared. He's almost got it down to, oh, it's going to be on it. He's coming hard for me. Kaiser. He's quick. Too quick. We got it up to 7.5. No, I don't want competition. Leave me alone. What car is he in? He's in the Ferrari. I'm not telling you, you're going to relay it to him. But yes, I am planning a 2-stop. This is when you're like, yeah, he's on hards and going all the way to the end. Right. This is the end lap. Away from that barrier, wow. Yeah, luckily my son is pretty much asleep through anything. So he is asleep in the other room, and normally it should be alright, I won't wake him. Right, we're about to cross the 1/3 mark. Thanks. Yeah, it's years of practice. I did have a wheel for a while, but I had to turn that room into a nursery for little one, so Back to the controller I went. Right, let's get her in the pits. Right. Softs, do not refuel. Let's have a look at a couple of messages that are coming in on Discord. Don't think there's anything important for me. Let's have a drink quickly. Oh, right. Alright, we didn't lose too much time. Okay, Kayla coming into the pits. Power down. As I've just got to change my screen back. Sorry about this, everyone. I've taken my hand off the controller for a minute. Got to change my screen back. Side 7 penalty. Right, let's go. On a 1-star. Oh, what, were you going to go mediums or? You're going to go softs all the way to the end? Soft. Ooh. Oh wow, we got track limits there. I don't know. First penalty of the night. It's going to be interesting. Now we've served the penalty. Let's catch up. Pushing too hard now, I need to slow down a little bit. Wow, that's a bit sideways. Stop getting stupid penalties. Right, let's make this the last penalty of the night. Well, that's wide. Come on, better than that. Getting into getting slipstream range. Was there anyone new to the stream and watching? Welcome along. This is the LBRacing Christmas endurance race. And join us almost halfway into the race. 2-hour race, and we are 1 hour and 12 minutes remaining here at Marina. So I have pitted for fresh tyres. Car in front has not. We are hunting. Maybe that was quick. I prefer hunting someone down than I do being in front. Come on, that fastest lap of the race has got to be worth a like, everyone. Getting the slipstream. Yeah, the last corner you can abuse track limits like something chronic. I try not to because I don't think it's fair. But you can do. Ooh, not the inside. Thank you. Yeah, you can generally last corner, you can run it all the way out wide. Thanks. Yeah, it felt right. That's just the difference in tyres. You can just see the grip level difference. A lot of people are doing a one-stopper here. Which is interesting. Minutes until we pit again. We've almost recovered at this point the time that we lost in the pits. So if we can recover the time that we lost in the pits, and then gain some more, and we should be alright on the 2-star. It's the plan, at least. Bringing it into practice is going to be another. I'm so glad I chose the 4. So glad I chose this car. I was going to go in, wow, original plan was the Mercedes because I've driven her so much in the last series. And then I was going to go in the Ferrari. Someone just told me to bring this out. The goat from the good old days. Right, that's the gap back up to what it was. It'd be amazing. If we could do a 1 minute 53 as the fastest lap of the race, that would be incredible. A 1 minute 53 would be phenomenal. That'd be so happy with that as the fastest lap, to be fair. out to the wall. Punch for the line. Oh, I mucked up that last corner. That's why I lost all that time on that lap. Yeah, I do. I have it on 2, mainly in races for tyre wear. I normally turn it off in qualifying. I can't drive with it off, but yeah, I have it on 2. I mainly do it, as I said, just to avoid, in longer races like this, just to avoid tyre wear. Unnecessary slippage of the tyre. Just try and protect the rears as much as possible. There's some cars I think it's impossible to drive with it on. There's other cars I think it's impossible to drive without it on. This is one of those cars I think you can drive it without on a controller, but I've got so used to driving on a controller with it. If I just drive it out in now. I said the only time I generally turn it off now is qualifying. But to be fair, I didn't turn it off tonight, probably I forgot. So you can run really wide on that corner as well on the exit. Why is it interesting? I know that TC off is faster. Mario's in the pits. He's coming bang on the 1 hour mark. Oh, too wide. Stu Boy's in the pits. Mucked up my lines now. It's a balance with TC. You will lose a little bit, but you won't lose, because for me it's more just of a confidence thing. I can drive more confidently with TC on because I know that it's not just gonna, coming out of here for example, I can back it off and then just plant the throttle. And I know I'm not going to go round. Right, now we may have pit stop window now. Boy's getting blue flags. It's one thing I don't like about the game. They give drivers blue flags way too far in advance. Like, Boy does not need to be given a blue flag right now. I'm easily like 6 seconds behind him. He's not affecting my race in any way, shape or form right now. So he doesn't need to be given a blue flag. Wow, it's a bit sliding. So maybe now I would agree with him starting to get blue flags. I don't want him to let me through yet because I want to slip through. That's what I wanted. Right up behind your beat. Boy. A lot of people coming into the pits. Minutes to the pit stop. Get that sausage at the front over. Is Wacky in the Lexus. Thank you, Will. Get my slip through. Like 14 minutes. Wow, 15 minutes till the pit stop window. That's a bit deep. Wow. Not going off the track. Look at the marble starting to appear on the outside of the racing line now. So let's do a rundown of the order at the moment. We're in the lead. Kayla in second. We're there in third. Mike's in fourth. Rich is in fifth, Mario sixth, Audio Muted is in seventh, and Wacky is in eighth. So next up on the road for us will be Audio Muted. if we can get to him before the next pit stop. So there he is down there. You can just see him just come out a hairpin at the bottom in a Lambo. He's in 5th. But he has pitted twice because I think he pitted to get rid of that damage early on. Tires are starting to go off a bit now. We've got 12 more minutes on these. We're into the 55s now. Change position for a minute. Oh, stretch everything out a little bit. Just roll out. I'll just move my feet around a little bit. Minutes remain. 50 minutes, 30 seconds. So company running around in the 55s. Say it might be a pen for that. Slidey there. gear cables like trying to just like jump like a no stop or a one stop. I think a no stop is possible, even with some incredible fuel. I don't think you'll get that tank to do 2 hours. Play on the inside. I reckon. Go on, pen it with me. Pen it with me. Oh no, okay. Fair enough, mate. I thought it was, but. See audio muted there in front. Have you pitted yet? Yep, I have done 1 pit stop. The same number of pit stops as everyone else, but I seem to be the only person on a 2-stop strategy. They all seem to be doing 1 stops. So they all pitted around the hour mark, whereas I pitted on the 40-minute mark, so I pitted almost 40 minutes ago now. I struggle with tyre wear. And when you struggle with tyre wear, the only answer you've got to that is go flat out 100% of the time. Yeah, it is the exclusive strategy. Yeah, it came out the pits like 6 seconds behind Portwood, and then managed to catch up, overtake, and then they obviously pitted, so then the gap increased. But somehow Gear Kayla's managed to place himself in between us both. Tank fuel is starting to run low. Oh, look at the optimal 53.928. I'm not to get that time. 10 laps of fuel remaining. Dancing through the corners now. Well, we've got 5 minutes till the pit stop. Get this gap up as best I can, because I don't know how long the pit stop's going to take. someone do the maths for me in the chat? Can you do the maths? 40 minutes. How many laps am I going to do in 40 minutes? Just going to work out fuel loads here. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I worked out 2-minute laps, 20 laps. So I need 20 laps of fuel. But to be honest, I think we're going to be in a little bit after 40. I don't think I'm going to pit until not at the end of this lap, but the end of the lap after. So it's an even shorter last stint. Because at the moment the tyres feel good. And I want as light a car as possible for the last stint. So really go for lap time. Still doing 56s, 55s and 56s. Which I'll take, more than happy with those lap times. Whoa, hello. Did we just go airborne? Felt like a car skipped across the track there. That's good. Once more around the merry-go-round. I think it's not quite full yet. Not yet. You wanted aggression, we're going ultra aggressive for the last stint. Box to overtake. If this was Ferrari, you'd be going question. We are considering plan Z. We are considering plan make it up as I go along. The Kayla hasn't stopped yet. We've got 46-second lead. Strategy F for failure. Tyres have gone through a graining process and they're coming back a bit now. Thank you, Watsy. Do you know what we'll do then? Everyone wants me. We're still doing 55.7. It's like solid pace. Let's have a look at delivery. It's probably getting a bit dirty now. Look at that. Sexy. Love this car. Right, let's get back into the old dashboard. So I'll fill her up to 20 just to be safe. Nice soft 20 laps of fuel. Let's get ready for the last stint. Quick drink. We just need 20 laps of fuel. Go. Let's do, boy. We are out and underway. Ready to a fast lap. Not like that. Light adjustment for the brake balance. Sweet boy. Right, let's get out of the throttle then. Right. Drop the TC. Set that to 0. Let's go. Let's go get that elusive 53. Lap time's up. Right, so we are half a tenth down through the first sector. That felt good through there. Few times up through the middle sector. Get it? Oh, the new fastest lap. Still 10th off. We lost the 10th in the last sector. We're up in sector 1. I don't think that's as great through there as what it was in the last lap. Wring the neck out of it. We lost the 10th in the last sector. There's a fast sector 1. Lost all momentum over that curve. temps down. Right, reset for another lap. Right, come on guys in the chat, do we think it's possible? Can we get a 53? One like. Sector 1 is phenomenal. Great through there. That's the wall. Throwing that lap away. Pushing. We need another purple sector here. Which we haven't got to be much on. Get ready, let's go for it again. Not bad for a first sector. Say that's going to be a penalty. Last second. Let's get killed the next lap as well. Oh, well, she knows. Well, right. Get rid of the lap times. 13 laps of fuel remaining. Full tank. Let's have a rundown of the order. So, Forward in second, Mike's in third, Rich is fourth, Kayla in fifth. Mario is in sixth, Audio Muted in seventh, Stuboy in eighth, and then we can't see on the leaderboard there, but it will be either Stuck on the Grid or Wacky in ninth and 10th. Alrighty, 20 minutes left. Time to have a second penalty. Whole field is spread out so much at the moment. Literally, there's a car on every part of the track, but we haven't seen anyone since we came up the pits. That's 20 minutes ago. He was 8th last time I saw him when I lapped him. That was before my first stop. No, not before my first stop. It was after my first stop, before my second stop. It was around the time that they pitted, about the hour mark. I reckon, failing anything catastrophically going wrong for him, I reckon he's in 9th. Oh, we got a pit stopper. Rich is pitting. have to push it on £4. Anything can happen. It's my finger. Apart from the lap where we had the penny, consistent. In a later stage in the race here. Yeah, this is the first time I've been off tonight. Someone in the pits? Somebody's in the pits. So it's either... see from here. That was either wacky or stuck on the grid because they weren't leadable. Wow. We might get a glimpse of the name when we come around here. That was stuck on the grid. I saw a Corvette. That is stuck on the grid. Saw the yellow of the Corvette. You're smashing it like avocado. I am gutted. I haven't got a 53 fastest lap. Yellow flag, we've got a spinner in front, Who's that getting going? That is audio muted in the Lambo. Thanks audio for moving over. So the next car on track is Mario. Can I catch Mario? That's with deep. Wow. Can I catch Mario before the end of the race? That's a tall order. He's about 30 seconds in front. there's no way I'm catching him before the end of the race. Even on brand new tyres, I wouldn't close that gap on anything. Mr. Springflood, can you do me a favour in the chat? Can I have a rundown of the football scores, please? Thank you. I can't look at my phone to check them. Actually, scrap that. I can watch Match of the Day when it's finished. Forgot about that. There you go, BBC. There's a bit of in-stream placement for you. Oh, my finger is cramping up. Oh. 10 minutes remaining. Well, 10 minutes 40. If you haven't already, please hit the like button and also share the stream. I said also, if you are interested in getting involved in the upcoming series that we've got going on here at LBRacing, head over to our Discord and have a look at what's on offer. We have the Ferrari 296 Scuderia Series. So that is going to be 15-minute sprint races, no tyre wear, no fuel wear in the Ferrari 296. And then after that, so that's going to be at 7:30 on a Monday night, starting on the 12th of January. And then followed on after that, 8 PM will be the GR2s. So that's either GR2s is going to be in the Turismo, Nissan, the NSX Concept, and the Lexus GR2. So you've got a choice of those three cars, and that's going to follow on from the format that we ran in the Mercedes series. So popular format, it's going to be soft tyres and hard tyres are mandatory. You can use them wherever order you want, and there's no limit on how many times you stop or anything like that, but you just have to use both those compounds. And that's going to be a 30-minute race. So if you do want to get involved, we're also going to be hosting fun nights throughout, and I am planning on turning this into a once-a-month series. Is the plan. So maybe endurance racing is more your thing. Hopefully going to start this up, get this going, and probably have the first round at some point in January. Just got to make a calendar for it, work out what tracks we're going to do. Definitely starting off a little bit now, but our tyres should be better than everyone's. It's doing a one-stopper. I think most of the guys are doing a one-stopper. we'll finish off this lap. That's going to take us down to about 5.5. Probably 3, maybe 4 laps remaining after this one. Check the fuel level in a second. Just to make sure we've got enough. Yeah, 5 laps remaining. So plenty of fuel left. Definitely think with this track they could open up and do some different layouts to it as well, because there's so many cut-throughs and stuff like that. Hopefully that's something they're going to bring later on down the line. End of this lap, we should be down to about 3 minutes. 4 minutes. 3 minutes something. So at the moment we've still got Wood there in second. Mike's in third. Mike had a great race. Fair play, Mike. Doing a cracking job there. Gear Kayla in fourth. He's come up the field and again for an aggressive one. So I've been hit to like hour and 20 minutes or something like that, so real aggressive run from Kayla. And then we've got Rich there in fifth. Now Rich has pitted the same amount of times as me and is in the Porsche as well. Why does my fuel light all of a sudden now come on? And we've got Mario in sixth. Mario nursing a foot injury tonight, so I think he'd be happy with sixth with a foot injury. Audio muted in seventh, not bad since he jumped into the race at the last minute. Stu Boy in eighth, and then we don't know whether it's Will, aka Wacky, or Stuck on the Grid, aka Mark Price, in 10th. We do not know because we can't see them on the board. Three minutes 50, so after this lap we'll be down to 2 minutes or 1 minute 50. We might get 2 more laps in. That fuel light is really worrying. We've still got 4 laps of fuel light. I'll slowly catch him, Mario, but I don't think we're going to catch him in time. Push on for the last couple of laps. You reckon? No, I wouldn't get far. I wouldn't have time. I don't have time. I needed to the lap before. Because if I box now, so yeah, look, that's under. I've got. This is the last lap. I've only got a minute and 50 left. It's not. It's not when the timer runs out. Then one lap after that. Literally, this will be the last lap. Oh, I really considered that then. Should have done it the lap before. Oh, I can see Mario's Ferrari. Mario, if you're watching the stream, slow down and we'll cross the line together. I really considered doing that then and getting that. Mario's in danger here of making it to the line and doing another lap. Check the flag. Get in there, Lewis. I can say that. Come on. Two hours and 3 seconds. Stuck on the grid, comes across the line in 10th. Already meted there in 7th. And second the checkered flag. Who's going to be next across the line? Cheers, Watsy. Currently got cramp in my finger here. Stretch up the hand a little bit. Forward takes seconds. Stu Boy crosses the line in 8th. Mike crosses in 3rd. Kia Kayla. Oh, that was close between those two at the end. Kia Kayla taking 4th. Getting the next cross line. Rich crosses the line and takes 5th. And we've got Waggy there crosses the line in 9th. So the last one, I thought he was going to back off, so he didn't have to do another lap. And there is Mario across the line in 6th. Ooh. What result? 233,000 credits. We've done 228 miles of racing in that race. Ooh, what a race. What a result. Let's have a look at the results. We can see everyone's fastest laps. Caleb managed to get into a 54. So did Mario. Mario did a 54.899. But there is the top 8. and then there is Wacky and Stuck on the Grid. Fortunate disconnection for Turismo, and Ivalpool unfortunately had throttle issues. Wow, that is the Christmas Endurance done. So, God, I'm stretching my hands up, so I'm cramping my hands. As I said, anyone that wants to get involved, by all means, get onto our Discord, get in there, get involved with everyone, and come and join the community. Get yourself on the grid. Thank you everyone so much for tuning in and watching tonight. The support has been amazing. Really, really appreciate all your support. I hope you all have a fantastic Christmas and a real happy new year. Got loads of stuff to bring you next year. Really excited for next year. Not only just on the sim racing side of things, but also on the karting side of things as well. So the two sides of the channel, I'm going to try and merge them a little bit as well. Got some plans in motion, some ways of getting all these sim guys together and actually getting them on track as well. So we'll be bringing that all to you a bit shortly. But cheers everyone so much for watching, and I will catch you on Monday. We will be here for another fun night. So if you want to get involved, come and join us on Monday night for another fun night, the last one before Christmas. But as said, cheers everyone for watching. I'll catch you next time.